Hi, my name is Hannah Gallagher, and this is my reflection on learning for ES 5063 Linguistics with Dr. Gardner. Introduction. For the past 4 years, I have gotten to work in a very diverse school district with lots of students from different places around the world. The biggest thing and most important takeaway that I have gained from that is that all of my students are unique. Their cultures and backgrounds play into how they learn and their learning styles. So, when I started this course a few weeks ago, I wasn't really sure what to expect. Linguistics in the past had been a difficult class for me, and I was scared. But since then, I have learned a ton about the English language, and I have also learned a ton about the languages that my students speak. Some of the most surprising information and useful information was during our research project for week 2, students' mother tongues. I learned a ton about a new language that's becoming very popular in my school district, Haitian Creole. I learned that Haitian Creole contains 32 letters, only uses one pronoun, and does not use plural forms of nouns. This was mind blowing information and helped me look at my students and some of the struggles that they were having. And I was better at to handle these and support them. I have taken a lot of classes about English language learners. So this gave me a good background on how to better help these students. And as an interventionist, I know what general supports are in place and um, the ways that we do things, at least at my school, and some of the other possibilities of immersing students into English. With this background information, I was able to look at and start questioning why some of my students were struggling in different areas. They say there's no better way to learn than for you to do it yourself. So I'm an interventionist. I've gotten to work with a ton of ELL students and I've seen their struggles. This summer, I went ahead and I became a second language learner. I moved out to Costa Rica for the summer, went to immersive Spanish program, lived with a host family, and really got to experience what it was like for my students. I had zero background in Spanish. I didn't even really know anything other than like hello and goodbye in Spanish. And I learned so much. It was super immersive. I started dreaming in Spanish. And the most important part is I saw how hard it was for my students. I got to experience that firsthand. And it's hard learning a new language, but I also learned some strategies and I really learned that I had to fall back on what I knew of my first language. A lot of my beliefs and attitudes are that I need to protect my students' first language. I need to make sure that they know it's okay and it's important to keep using their first language because that's going to help them build their second language and have more fluent ideas. So, keeping that in mind as I teach is going to be huge. Before this class, I didn't really understand what language acquisition was. I now know that it's just a natural trait that everyone's born with, and we are all born being able to master any of the world's languages like a native. However, there's a small window where that is open for us. And I learned that language acquisition is broken down into two categories: first language and second language acquisition. It's really important that we look at that and we make sure students are strong in their native language to really help them build onto that L2. This brings me into my next point with student families. I want to continue creating strong connections with our students and their families. And I want those families to know that it is important for them to continue their kids' education in their L1, because them learning how to read, write, speak in their L1 makes it so that they're able to do this more fluently and quickly in a L2. And I want to create that understanding amongst families. After learning more about linguistics, social and cultural identity, I know that I need to do a better job of implementing culture into our curriculum and making sure that students understand, like, share about yourself, tell us more. We want to learn who you are, and we differences are important. In the future, I think that I really do want to continue learning about students' mother tongues, because it not only helped me understand their difficulties and how I might address them, it also helped me figure out how to better communicate with their families. And so that's going to be huge. If I can communicate with their families in a way that is not rude or disrespectful, families are going to be more open to the message that I'm sending home. There's been a ton of useful information in this class, and I want to start taking this right away. I teach a oral language class, and I need to do better at answering my students' questions on why things are this way, why things happen that way, because natives oftentimes don't know the why, they just know this is how it is. My personal plan that I laid out is going to help me understand where I can go in the future. I want to keep implementing these things I've learned into my lesson plans, and I need to just keep learning. I need to build up my information so that I can become stronger in my weaknesses, and that'll help my students. All in all, this course was amazing. It was super useful. I've learned so much, and I love the fact that we kind of ended on a learning plan so that I can continue looking forward, because even though this class is over, my learning's not over. I still have holes, and I still need to fill those holes so that I can do what's right for my students. So thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day.